What we're going to talk about today is progression through position. Many of us don't have the want, the need, or the ability to push maximal weight. And when we do, it normally encompasses a lot of compensatory movement in the body when we do that. And we don't want that, because one of the best ways to get strength, or one of the best ways to progress, is to increase time under tension. So how do we do that? Well, we could do that by changing and altering the position of our body so our muscle gets the best contraction. So we'll use a chest fly as an example, and I'll first show you the compensatory movement of the body as it goes through the range of motion in order to contract the chest muscles. And the compensatory movement when I do a chest fly is a lot of chest expansion, such as this, and probably a lot of movement through the torso, such as this. So when you do something like that, you're actually moving with the weight instead of against the weight to create the resistance that we need for the contraction. So the first example is more compensatory, where when I open up, see that big chest expansion like that and contraction, or I might even like drop the chin into the chest. Now, that's okay, and I'm doing something, except I spend very little time under tension in that particular movement. And in a lot of movements in the strength field, where in areas where there's no tension whatsoever, we're actually just propelling the weight to a space where we have the tension in order to get the contraction, thus to gain the strength. So if we position our pelvis in a particular way and we pay attention to our rib cage in a particular way, we can increase time under tension. So this is important not only for the strength increase that we want to get from the exercise, but we're also teaching ourselves where the tension is in this particular movement or line of the body. And then we get to choose when and if we want to move in a compensatory manner or we want to move in a more strict contracting manner. So the strict version might be, here I have the feet up. Now, I notice I immediately sort of want to push my butt out. So I'm going to do a pelvic tilt. I'm going to neutralize the pelvis. I'm going to come down to the bottom. I'm going to pause, keep the chin, cervical spine in neutral, and squeeze through the whole range like that. So I'm going to come down. Won't expand the rib cage at all. Pause, wait, position the pelvis, and squeeze the weight back to center. So what I'm saying is here mostly is that take your time to experiment. Feel what the body is doing through the ranges of motion that you use for any particular exercise. So this is a combination of things of what my program talks about, of energy, of grounding, right? So I'm grounding into the bench, pushing my back and my head into the block, into my support system. I'm centering in two places really, my shoulder joint one, my pelvis in another. And then there's the creativity piece of it, which gets us to the strength part, right? So the creativity part is the exploration. That's where I get to be creative about all of the movements. I get to explore all of the movements and find out where the best contraction is. So when I put all those things together, they equal strength.